You know what I'm saying? And it was like I spoke at the heart. I told the guy my story. He was like shocked to hear what I was saying. And they were on, like they were like, yeah, we won it. You know what I'm saying? We know, not a problem. Like the easiest situation. I'm not a person who gets impressed, but Wack definitely impressed me.
What it look like TV, we are back. Hit that like and subscribe button. But anyway, on this one, we gonna get into your man Wack 100. He been making a lot of claims about things he supposedly did for Lisa Rios over the past couple days. Got a lot of people in their feelings, but he back on this one with receipts. You're probably like, what's the receipts? He got Lisa Rios on the phone. So let's check out what she talking about. Let's see if Wack was telling the truth, or let's see if Wack was full of it. I check y'all out on the other end of this one. Let's go.
Liza been in the
Yeah.
room. She just don't come.
Yeah.
So what happened, Wack? The Loud Records anniversary. You know, Pun was a big thing on Loud Records. He's double, triple platinum on there. There was no family representation at the anniversary, so I want Liza to explain why they wasn't involved.
So what happened was that once I saw me and Steve Rifkin were Facebook friends on Facebook, right? So when I saw him announce that they were doing this big anniversary and this and that, and that Remy and Joe was gonna do a tribute for Pun, so I went on his thread and I said, is it possible that my son could have some time to represent for his dad? So there other people started chiming like, yeah, I was waiting. Thank God you said it. That's true. And so everybody was talking on that kind of energy. So then shortly after that, they had Sean C call me to figure it out. So, I was talking to Sean C and I'm like, yeah, I just want to know if my son can have like some time on the stage, to represent for his father, and then Sean C was like, oh, we're going to try to figure out. We was thinking about maybe having like all the rappers that passed away, their kids on stage and like the tribute. And I said, no, I would like to see if my son could have his own little set. I said, I don't care if Joe and Remy have their set. Like, that's not a problem. I just want my son to have a set for his dad. Like, it's his right. He should have that. So then from there, Sean C was like, oh, I'm going to holler at you, whatever. So months passed by, and then shortly after that, my Sean C starts contacting my son. I think he asked for his number, or I don't know if he had his number, but he contacts my son. So they back and forth talking. I was excited. I was gullible. I thought it was gonna happen. I was excited to see my son. There was a lot of rappers that was hitting up my son asking him, are you going to the show? Are you going? You're gonna be there? And my son told, I think it was somebody from the Wu-Tang, it was somebody else, and my son told them, no, I'm not invited, nor my family. Like, none of us is invited to this. So the pressure of that, I guess Steve Rifkin was getting pressure. So then it went back to Joe, like, yo, we got to get this kid on the stage because all these rappers are asking for him and not, and, he got to be on it. So then the conversation was now with Sean C and my son trying to see who could get on. And then my son told Sean C that he wanted to have a conversation with Joe. And I feel bad even saying this, but my son don't even want me to speak on this. So I hope you don't get mad at me. But my son was like saying that he wants to have a conversation with Joe. Him as a grown man already, he want to have a conversation with Joe for the simple fact that the drama that been going between me and Joe all these years, he wants to see, like, is this olive branch, or we like just squashing the beef? Like, how is this gonna be? Like, if my family's gonna be safe? There's a lot of questions going in his mind. Like, you gotta see it on my son's side. Like, you got somebody dragging your mom for 20 years, almost 20 years, and now you're inviting him to an event, and we've never been invited to anything. So now it's like, okay, so he wanted to make sure that it was gonna be on the up and up. So when he told this to Sean C came back and said no, that Joe didn't want to have no conversation with him at all. So then they were gonna call him a few days later. So then when they called him a few days later, my son said no, that he wasn't gonna go, that he didn't want to go. But Joe Spitzer said that I told him. I don't tell my kids not to do anything. Ever since my husband died, I gave my kids 100% freedom. I gave them what I didn't have. No, so that was basically it. So it's
And Liza, Sean C, if they don't know, Sean C is Sean C and LB. They produced the American Gangster album.
All right, go ahead, Liza.
Yo, but
One more,
listen,
Liza.
to keep it 100, none of this would have been possible. None of this would have been possible was it for Gangu. Gangu, he found me in the shelter. He found me when I was in the shelter. He was like, listen, miss, I've been seeing your videos. I could show you where your money's going. It's right here. You know what I'm saying? It took us a few years, you know what I'm saying? But it was him that he got me this position. It was because of him, his skill, his savviness, you know what I'm saying, his work, what he does with his numbers, you know what I'm saying? And he found all the money where everything was at, and then cut, doing that with my lawyer leader, it was a deadly combo. So because of them, is why I'm here today also.
Liza, one last thing. I'm sorry, y'all. Um, as he was going by Baby Pun for a while, he went to Chris Rivers, which he explained to me, which is me. It's really still Christopher Rios. Rivers is Rios, the same
Right.
thing. His career, he had the career early on with Benzino's son.
Three down, yeah, three
Yeah,
down.
he had a was Joe um supportive of that early on.
It's funny because the way I met Benzino is because Macho had told me that Benzino was doing a video Shine Like My Son. So he wanted us to go to represent for Pun. So me and my kids went on that video to represent for Pun. And then I had Baby, because Baby, after Pun passed away, Baby was like he wants to be a rapper. I never even heard, or we never even spoke about it. He just wanted to go in that field because in his mind he felt like he was a man of the house, even at that young age of 6. And he said he wanted to take care of the family, which I didn't even care for him to rap. I'm like, be an astronaut, be a scientist, like don't go into this music business. You know what I'm saying? So, but I still support him. So he went and he spit a rhyme in front of Benzino, and Benzino was like floored. So he ended up building this group, which was Three Down, which was Ray, which was his son, and my son, and this other kid, I forgot his name, James. You know what I'm saying? He was singing.
Yeah.
And
So so
yeah, so
yeah.
but
So
I,
what I'm
I never
asking,
got any. We never
yeah,
had any resistance there. Like the kids were opening up for Ja Rule and stuff like that, and we were touring, and like they had a good run. And then Benzino messed it all up when he was going back and forth with
with
his
Eminem.
feud with Eminem, because
Mm-hmm.
they already had signed to Interscope,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
because Benzino was back and forth fighting with Eminem, then that shit was dropped.
Liza, this is for the culture. This one is for the culture. Did Big Pun write the Don Cartagena album for Fat Joe?
Yes, he did. He probably
Uh,
wrote 98% of it. I know.
Ooh.
I know the time when Pun came into the picture, Joe was with Armageddon and Keith Nutt. I don't know if you remember Keith Nutt. And when he was giving Pun the attention, Keith Nutt was a dope rapper, and they both, Armageddon and Keith Nutt, used to write for Joe. And then from there, Keith Nutt said, "I'm done with the rapping and stuff like that." So Armageddon will write here and there, probably a little stuff, but the majority of it, of Don Cartagena, was Pun writing that. You know what I'm saying? It
Mm.
used to be a joke. You know what I'm
I
saying? He used
believe
to,
it.
he used to, he used to sit in the house and like write Joe's rhymes, and then we used to laugh because he'd be like, "Oh, hold up, I need to pull back at this one. Like this can't be hotter than mine." You know what I'm saying? Like, so
I,
it was like Pun was a genius because he was writing his rhyme, he was writing Joe's rhymes, like but he didn't want to. He had to make it hot, but not hotter than his. But
hey,
yeah,
Earlier, you said it was alive. He addressed something about porn or no?
He just mentioned his name. He didn't address nothing. He didn't even say nothing. He didn't speak on anything. He
Oh, he
like
was
he
respectful.
was just very he didn't say nothing. The questions were kept getting thrown at him. He was getting asked. They kept asking like mentioning your name in the comments, and he didn't respond. He just didn't say nothing about nothing.
Why do people think he's supposed to respond so negative when it comes to my name? I don't
I
understand
don't
that.
either. That's why I was tripping out because they were like, oh, why is he? They kept asking in the comments. They were just going up about you, and I'm like,
Yo,
what?
hold on. So, Doggy, I'm glad you here. Liza here. Both y'all New York natives. Liza, you came to see me personally. You and your daughter came to my studio. Did you get the feeling that I don't like New York?
no, I never did get the feeling that you didn't like New York. You never spoke shit about New York.
Yeah, what the
I didn't
fuck?
get that
So,
feeling.
so I wonder, because really this is for the culture, but really this is home base for New York. Liza ran around New York for years,
Over 20
right?
years. Over
trying
20.
to trying to get done, and and our man, the other partner that's on stage, he handled his business. Liza ran around for years with all these New York natives, and it was them that was allowing intimidation or whatever it is. I don't know what it was, not to assist her and the family out of
Wack.
respect to Pun.
They silenced her.
Hey,
I
doggy, Liza tell you, in 24 hours I had her in the chairman's office.
You told me, and I said, Wack, yo, I think
In,
I want to
in
shine a little light.
24 hours.
24 hours.
She
Wack
had
had
to go
it.
3,000 miles, but in 24 hours, not only did I have her in the chairman office, the chairman told Liza straight up, me and Wack is friends. Don't nobody stop his train.
Facts.
I told her when
Yeah.
I told her, I said, yo, Liza, I said, when we go, we go. When we ride, boy, we ride until the wheels fall off and something. You ain't got to worry about that with me. So I think she didn't realize now because she was trying
I've
to,
never, I've never seen anybody more realer than Wack in this situation because I spoke to him. I could feel the great energy. He called homeboy when I was there, and it was less than 24 hours. I was in Paradigm's office with the chairman. You know what I'm saying? And it was like I spoke at the heart. I told the guy my story. He was like shocked to hear what I was saying, and they were on like they were like, yeah, we won it. You know what I'm saying? We know not a problem. Like the easiest situation. I'm not a person who gets impressed, but Wag definitely impressed me.
and then the next 5 meetings, I let
Oh
her
yeah,
take them solo because I wanted
yeah,
her to get
yeah.
comfortable.
Every meeting, he like I get the call, I get the email, the Zoom, and every meeting I've taken it, and I would let him know like, yo, the meeting went great. He'd be like, yeah, I just wanted you to take it on your own so you could get comfortable with these people and everything. So that I respect that a lot because I'm still in full control and he's guiding me and showing me the way and stuff and but at the same time, just taking, it's a sensitive situation, so I appreciate the way he's handling me.
You got to
And when
remember, bro, my mother was a single parent. And my mother was a single parent. I done
That's
did
the
time and
first
been
thing he
away
said.
from,
I remind you of your
my
mama.
family.
come on, you
Yeah, you remind my mama, get crazy the
now,
most.
but
Straightforward.
yeah.
So it's like,
And I was
I
like,
would want, if I was down and out or in a situation, bro, I would want, somebody to help. Like, look, y'all always hear me say, bro, if it's put in front of me, I feel I'm supposed to do something about it. Whatever come with it, come with it.
Seems like Wack wasn't talking trash on this one. Seems like Wack did what he said he did. Salute to Wack. This is real. You done use your powers for good in this situation. You keep a lot of stuff going. You be on a lot of nut a lot of times, but on this one, you did the right thing. Salute. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it in the comments section. What's up with Fat Joe? What's up with Nori? What's up with all Big Pun close homies? If this is, what it is. Why does she have to go all the way across country? Y'all let me know in the comments section. That one right there, I feel a little funny on the inside. But anyway, if you done made it to this point in the video, you are my MVP.
It was a stone groove, my man.
And I'm out of here.